Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. This is Nishtha. In case you haven't watched any of my videos before, do subscribe to my channel, and if you have, and then you know why you subscribe to my channel, so please do like this video in case you find it interesting or value providing. So this video is going to be about how to be a content creator. I get so many questions about this on my Instagram. It's unreal. And if you don't follow me on Instagram, my handle is The Dramatic Diva. Every now and then I get a lot of questions about this from my followers, on how to grow on Instagram like you, how to grow my audience, how to become a content creator, how to get a paid collaboration, and how to get brands to notice you. And I've created this video specially for you guys, and I have a list of few things on a paper here. This is somewhat like a beginner video because I just wanted to combine everything in one in this specific video. If you want me to elaborate on one specific topic, I can also do that. So do leave that in the comments down below, and let's begin. So the first point that I want to make about content creation, specifically Instagram, because I've been on Instagram for the past 5 years now, and I started my blogging journey when I was 21 years old in 2015, and now I have about 150k followers, specifically in India. And yeah, I've been earning through it. I quit my job last year after pursuing 4 years of consistent blogging as a side hustle. So now I want to make sure that everybody who lands on this video also gets the same value out of it. So the first topic that I'm going to be talking about is find your niche. Okay, in case you want to enter the blogging world, you just can't randomly pick up any video or any picture and just post it. If you want to pursue it as a professional career where you are earning money through it and you do not have to do a main job, you have to make sure that you enter it with a well thought process. So make sure that you have a niche in mind, anything or any particular topic that you feel you are amazing at, be it fashion, beauty, tech, food, and a number of other things like lifestyle, luxury, anything that you might want. In case you are a shoe collector and you're obsessed with shoes and you're addicted to shoes, you can also start a shoe blog, and that will stand out. So make sure that you pick that niche, and then you move on to creating your first post. And before you create your first post, you have at least 100 ideas of what you want to put out there on Instagram in your feed, how you want to go about it before you even start putting your first post. Once you figure out a niche and you've literally narrowed down, make sure that you study all the successful influencers in that niche, and make sure to study every practice that they follow to make sure that you're actually narrowing down on that niche with everything in mind. So if, for example, you get into fashion like I am, you have to study all the fashion influencers internationally, globally, and in India, in case you're an Indian, to figure out their practices and follow the trends that they're following, and be original about it. Just add your own twist to it. Make sure that you're always up to date with that, and then you start blogging. Moving on to the next point, which is another cliche, is content is king. So for a content creator, everything has to be on point. It's not something you can just do while you're sitting, or you just get up, you get ready, and you get a shot and you're done. From conceptualizing what you want to, I'm talking about the supply chain of a fashion blogger, from conceptualizing what you want to the kind of makeup that you want, to the outfit, to the accessories you want to match with the outfit, to the kind of shot that you want, to the props that you want in a shot, to the lighting that you want, to the editing that you want, and how you want to put it out there, what is the concept behind it, and what is the caption that you need to put out there, and the hashtag strategy. You have to go through that entire process before you make a post. It's not that easy as it seems. So everybody out there who feels that a fashion blogger has it easy, guys, you're wrong. Content is king. That is not to mean that you need crazy equipment to make content. I started off with my own phone's camera, or maybe a friend who had a DSLR. I had a few shots of me that were taken by her, so I was lucky that way. In case you have somebody who could help you out, definitely take that help. But otherwise, it's not necessary that you spend half a lakh on a camera. It can be started and can be done without a ring light or a camera. It can easily be used. It can easily be done with your phone. The main part is if you're starting out, the quality matters, but what is in the content matters more. So make sure that you have that in mind very clearly. And initially, when you're starting out, your niche should be very narrowed out. Once you become bigger, you can also go in different directions. Like you can, from fashion, you can go into beauty, or you can go into any other lifestyle or something. But initially, make sure that Instagram knows what topic or what niche is this specific blogger starting out as, so that it doesn't get confused and the algorithm does not thrash you away. Moving on to the third point, which is target audience. So initially in 2015, nobody really cared about target audience, and blogging was not as big, and nobody really cared about a specific type of audience. All they wanted were numbers, and nobody knew that you could actually make money out of it. So I went here and there and all of the places. So right now we have more knowledge, and we can use that knowledge to actually gain power. So you can definitely use this to target your audience. Make sure that the kind of audience you're targeting is the kind of audience you attract. In case you are making a fashion blog, if you want to target women in the ages of 15 to 45, make sure that you're not targeting men above the age of 45, because that doesn't make sense and you will not get any engagement. So from the very starting, start targeting the right audience. Make sure that the kind of your niche is the age group, the gender, and the interests of the people. If they lie in your niche, that is the audience you want to attract. So targeting the right audience is one of the most important things in starting a blog. Moving on to the fourth point, learn editing, which is very obvious. The apps that I use right now is Lightroom, Photoshop, Premiere Pro for video editing, Lightroom and Photoshop for photo editing. These are softwares that either graphic designers already know, and if you're not a graphic designer, you can easily learn from YouTube, which is what I did. I learned all the editing softwares myself, or there are a lot of apps online. There's Skillshare, which I'm already subscribed to, and there is Udemy. You can use all of these platforms to definitely learn editing in different forms. In case you don't want to go and be an expertise in editing, which is very important when you're blogging because there's a lot of competition out there, then you can definitely just use a few phone apps that are very easy and come very handy. For photo editing in my phone, I use Snapseed, Lightroom Mobile, Visco, iPhone editing of course, and PixArt, and a few of the other apps that I needed for retro effects here and there. For video editing, I usually use InShot, which is the most basic video editing app and probably has everything except for a lot of transitions and effects and text that Premiere Pro has. So in case you want to be an expert in content creation, you have to learn all of these softwares. Otherwise, a lot of people will go forward and you will be left behind. Moving on to the fifth point that we have here, be original. So you do not want to copy content and be filed for a case of plagiarism. You definitely want to add your own edge to it, or add who you are to it, because that is your power. And if you are getting something original on the table, people will be attracted more over something that you've already seen somewhere else, and you're getting it on the table. People will most probably thrash it away. So make sure that anything that you bring to the table is highlighted in your content and something that you express yourself. Basically, content creation is about expressing yourself. It's art. So express how you feel, express who you are in the form of your content, and move forward. Do not just cut, copy, paste. Sixth point is strategize. So we have a lot of strategies in mind, which I'm not going to be focusing on in this video, but we're going to be focusing on one or two strategies. Before you pick an Instagram name, make sure that you have done your research on SEO. And SEO is basically if somebody types your name in your account is the top one or the first one that comes in the research. Make sure you've done the entire research and you know that you're choosing the perfect name according to your niche. Or if you want to keep your own name, then your name should also be SEO focused. Second is the bio. Your bio should be crisp and should have exactly what you do. For any brands who are looking out for content creators, or any clients that are looking out for you, would know what you are exactly. Reading your bio description, and should also have certain SEO keywords, so people know that this is the content in which you're perfect at, or you're expanding in. Third thing is hashtags. So no matter what they say, hashtags are very, very important. From the very start, make sure that any hashtag you use, from the very beginning, make sure that any hashtag you use is either related to your niche, or related to the business that you have, or related to your personal brand. Make sure that you make a mix of those hashtags, and you have 3 or 4 groups of these hashtags that you can use and switch between different pictures or videos. Make sure that you do not use the same hashtags all the time, because that is how you spam Instagram, and Instagram gets to know. The right mix of hashtags will usually have your brand name, your niche, and more hashtags in your niche, and can also have something that you're specifically targeting in your specific post or video. Moving on to the 7th point, work on content that works more. So once you figure out and you have a certain buildable audience, make sure that any content that has gotten more likes or engagement and people have accepted it well is the kind of content you work on. That is not to say that you do not put out anything that you want to put out because of engagement, but that is to say that if you want to grow in the long term, you have to put out content that people are liking over something that is not being accepted very well by your audience. But I am a very expressive person, so I don't really focus on only the things that the audience likes. I usually focus on a lot of content that I want to put out there, because it's my personal happiness, and if you like that, then that will also somewhere lead to growth eventually when people start to relate to your personal liked content. Moving on to the 8th point, start. Just start. And if you're looking for a sign, this is it. I know a lot of people who come to me and say, how do we start? What if people don't like it? What if people make fun of it? What if this is not my thing? What if this never works? I just have one thing to say to them: start. What if is a huge risk factor, and that is what you have to take to be where you want to be in life, and that comes in any other profession as it comes in blogging. So if you're thinking of it, just start. It's not gonna take a lot. All you need is a lot of courage and a lot of I don't care what people think to start. Just start. The 9th point is learn analytics. So you have to learn figures. This is not a game of art and content. This is also a game of numbers. So make sure that anything that you put out there, you are constantly checking the numbers out. The numbers that are high up there will most probably get you more growth than the numbers that are low up there. The post that is getting better insights in terms of impressions, reach, likes, comments, saves, especially saves and shares, is most probably the kind of content you should be doing. So learning analytics is very important. Instagram now has 2 different kind of public accounts, which is the business account and the content creator accounts. They both have access to insights, which you can easily get once you convert your account into a content creator account. Moving into the last point, 10, do not be scared of innovation. I will give you an example. So basically, when the lockdown began, nobody on Instagram, especially the high-end influencers, really cared about TikTok. Okay, and once the lockdown started, these aspirational influencers who used to go out there and travel a lot and get a lot of aspirational pictures, which they couldn't because they're sitting home now, they turned to creativity, which is TikTok, and they turned to things that you could be creative with sitting inside your house, and TikTok gave a lot of ideas for that. So now TikTok is a rage on Instagram, and no influencer was scared enough to actually go into that arena and try innovation. So do not be scared of creating or innovating something new, because you are most probably going to be the person who starts that, and then people follow, which makes you the first person, the leader, and the head starter for a new thing. So if in case you're doubting yourself about something that you have an idea on, make sure that you implement it and not feel scared. So now I think we're all done with the 10 points that I actually wanted to discuss with you. In case you find this video valuable and it gave you some sort of an insight on content creation, please do subscribe to my channel and like this video. And in case you want to add to some points, please put them in the comment box down below. And in case you want an in-depth study or an in-depth video on any of the topics that we just discussed, just drop down a comment below and I'll see to it. So thank you for watching. Love you.